Flare Man's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you say I can't fight IS-2? Well, let me get a goddamn elephant and drop the mic in front of you. Well, I'm sorry there, good sir. Hello everyone, this is a Greyshot17 here, bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 2v2 set on, what is this map? Rails and Metal. Got it. Nailed it. Let's see, we have a Vermont OKW versus a British and a Soviet. Flare Man with I Worship Cats, great name, with French Guards and Johnny. And I'm not just saying that because my cat's right next to me. Far from it. But in any case, if you want to submit a replay, submit to greyshotproductions@gmail.com, and I will highlight you at the very end of the video. That way I don't spoil who wins and who loses. But, once again, submit your replays to greyshotproductions@gmail.com, along with, again, plays of the week. Put in comments for ideas for challenge videos, stuff like that. Anyway, I will definitely take part of it, look at it, and see about, well, possibly incorporating your replay onto my channel. Just make sure no AI, make sure you have a quick description and include your name so I know who to thank. But in any case, let's get right to this game. Meanwhile, let's double check their ranks real quick. By the way, by the time this comes out, I believe, yeah, I should be helping out with the tournament coming out. Hopefully I did well. And again, if you don't know, currently the Masters tournament's going on. So I highly recommend you check out AE Co's channel to catch up on that tournament and how everything's doing with the round robin process and everything along those lines. So hopefully we have some good games out of it. But anyway, let's see how this game goes. We have Soviet forces pushing up. MG just trying to open fire, but I don't know why he keeps setting it up. He's like, no, I don't like it here. No, I don't like it here. Could be better here. And so on and so forth. Anyway, time-wise, I believe that was the Axis? Yeah, Axis have a little bit more playtime than the Allies, which is actually quite funny, if you know who this person is. And I won't say why, I know that person from somewhere else, and I'll say that at the end. Once again, oh boy. Anyway, we have MG over here. Opening fire. We have an MG over here as well, kind of guarding this area. Most likely what he might try to do is try to push this way to get around this building. Maybe or move up a sniper to open fire. We got Warship Cats putting a lot of pressure on the other side. He went, again, with Grand Defensive. I get them mixed up. I keep getting Strategic Reserve mixed up with Grand Defensive. But yeah, the Grand Defensive one's over here. Again, he gets Panzerfusiliers. We also have the, Jesus Christ, the British bringing up their machine guns to kind of guard the major VP points. I think he'll do pretty well with this coverage. Again, two fronts come in, yeah, you're gonna have problems, but as long as they come in like single file like this, British infantry runs in, stops them from decapping it while the MG suppresses them and pushes them back, they're totally fine. Plus, again, these guys also, though, really good against armor, so I suspect Universal Carrier is not in the cards versus him, just because of the Panzerschreck AT grenade issue that these guys bring to the table. Meanwhile, once again, Soviet forces desperately, wow, okay, swinging around, but they're trying to hold on to this point. MG's hitting him on the flank, which this conscript might be trying to go all the way around, which I thought what he was going to do to sneak around this guy, just make sure there's coverage and nothing hitting his men. Actually, this isn't a bad location for a Pioneer squad, because they do very well close range, which it's doing quite well against the conscript. Looks like enough fire is hurting it. Mostly the sniper putting pressure on him. And again, it looks like a Molotov cocktail is thrown at the building. Gonna push him out pretty quickly. We have British forces slowly advancing upon the German player. But again, the MG's kind of staying put while his infantry charges. So these Sturms and Panzerfusiliers should have enough power to push this guy off the field, allowing the Germans to hold on to it for now. And we do have, I saw him make Royal Engineer squad. So are you going with a Bofer? Okay. Usually, I'm just curious, because usually if you go Royal Engineer, I assume you're either getting it for AT purposes with like Piats, which, as we see here, that is not the case. You have actually not upgraded your infantry, or you're going to be building something. So we'll see. Do you have a fortification focus? No, you really don't. So yeah, I'm curious. Soviet forces advancing, trying to stop the Germans from taking the point, but alas, they're being torn apart by the sniper. 9 kills, by the way. Flare Man doing a great job. Almost kills the squad, but definitely pulls back. We have again, engineer squad moving on in with the flamethrower, but the grenadiers along with the pioneers easily holding that back and holding on to this point, which again, that'll be double fuel for the Axis, which would be huge for them getting out armor a lot quicker. This sniper, by the way, is causing hell for Johnny. Johnny needs to come back pretty damn strong in order to stop him. Any case, we also have, again, medical building over here, so it looks like he has a forward base to kind of keep this position under his control. The British, again, have a good front. Oh, okay, yeah, he's building a mortar pit. And he's building in the middle. We can see here its range will help left and will help right and mid. So overall, not bad positioning. Maybe a little further up, but again, I like the fence being cover. That way, if it is hit by something, there's a chance that the fence will take the shot, which could be very good. Again, always try to use the natural environment to your advantage if you can place it to stop shots going directly at the target. Sure, artillery might not be blocked unless there's like a beam or something in the way, but just take note of that. Sniper trying to get sight on this stuff, but looks like the MG will provide that sight for the sniper to just keep ripping them apart. They're going to get up to Vet 1 with 15 kills. Now, he could also use the special shot, which is a more combustible shot, which as you can see here, essentially it's explosive round, but it will just stun a bunch of people, which is great for actually anti-blob techniques. So if we see Johnny going blobs with, let's say, shock troops, because again, he went with shock rifle, that's a good counter for it. He does have to watch out for the mortar, but other than that, should be pretty well. Now, he did pull it back, but I assume back at his base he has a medic post. Okay, he's building it now. I would be concerned if he didn't build it to heal. Now, we know the OKW player has. He's moving up to MG over here. It's going to be torn apart by the amount of infantry. He's not going to retreat. I don't think he'll retreat anyway. There's enough oh my god, we actually retreat. I am shocked. I am honestly shocked that unit actually lived. Holy mackerel. That was very close. Although, speaking of being close, that is not what is happening on this left-hand side. These Panzerfusiliers with their G43 rifles are shredding the German infantry. Watch these shock troops. Again, unless they get a good grenade. Oh, never mind. They dodged some grenades going. But yeah, they're just being torn apart by these rifles. Now, they did get in close, so they'll definitely do damage. But the G43 rifles are a beast. And they might. No, still not close enough. It's pretty good. Although MG is going to try to suppress them. I think he's going to try to move around it. He did throw, it looks like a he fired a rifle grenade at this. Didn't kill it because, again, in cover. Pretty good defense there. They did decap the point. Not a huge victory, but they did manage to push the Allies back and pull the British person now over here. Which, again, might be unintentional. Unintentionally lose this side because, as we can see, this player doesn't have a lot guarding anything on this side, so the British can quickly cap everything backed by Soviet support. So good teamwork right there. Again, if you're going to push up, make sure your ally can back you up. Otherwise, if you fall apart, well, there's nothing else over here, so they're just going to take it, which, again, is the fuel, which the allies desperately need. So, good job. I should mention French guards with Vanguard operations, so we can see commandos, airland officer, good airstrikes, and, of course, a good crocodile. So, a lot of great bonuses right here. That's a kill. The British and the Soviet have been lucky with their retreats. And I would say the Wehrmacht player has been. But looks like that luck is finally coming to an end with finally some units biting the dust. Now, Mortar, again, not getting a lot of kills per se, but helping with support. Just bringing down the overall health of units, which is something you need. Now, it's not necessarily vital to winning, but every little bit helps. So having that just like passively wear down troops over time will help your troops get the edge in battle. Sniper fully healed, 18 kills now already. I mean, I'm gonna love this sniper. The sniper, I really want to see. The mortar's pushing back or at least redeploying the MG to a different position. We have a Panzer headquarters going up. Not a bad spot, actually. Not a bad spot. You have a little bit of an issue here, but I think it's far enough over the edge and far enough back to where it's not terrible, I would say. I never say, like, put this thing so close up that the enemy can easily kill it with, like, mortar fire. But I think it's far enough back that it should be fine from, like, that mortar pit and whatnot. And also, it's guarding a lot. It's still guarding these points pretty well. And plus, the hail would... the flak gun could probably hit stuff, but I think AT would have a bit of a problem if it's the firing on this side, because the hail might block a shot or two or three. Meanwhile, shock troops coming in. Looks like it's doing some work. MG has been decrewed, although I'm unsure if that's from the shock troops or from something else. Infantry, I mean, it is being suppressed. Good grenade, though, hitting the Pioneer squad. Those shock troops are in full retreat. We can see here that Flare Man has taken a lot of losses. He only has 4 units right now. Does he have something being made? He could get himself a Panzer IV. That might be a good idea. He's getting himself actually an Ostwind. Enemy does have AT, but I would say they don't exactly have, how do I put this nicely? They hold on. He's just building the base now. So Johnny could get like an Su-76, but he's not going to have some substantial armor to fight an Ostwind, like a battle. He's not going to have a T-34 out anytime soon is what I'm trying to say. So the Ostwind, unless he plays it really dumb, should at least be fine. Yes, you always have to worry about AT grenades and, of course, the AT gun. But as long as he maneuvers it correctly, he can just pop shots left and right at the infantry. And as long as he stays out of this thing's range and just as good with his micro, he should be able to kill a lot of the infantry very quickly. Meanwhile, I Worship Cats, once again, good name, taking the right-hand side, taking munition point. Panzerfusilier's on standby while Stern Pioneers take the brunt. They're like, you go ahead, you take the point. I'm just going to sit back here, just minding my own business. Actually, cover you. I'm going to cover you while you're under mortar fire. So that way, we are better protected in the future. Stern Pioneer's like, how are we better protected for the future? Because I'll be alive and you won't. I mean, you'll be partially alive. The men that survive the mortar fire will be alive. The men who don't won't. It's a long story. Just note that you take the point and it'll let the enemy only see you. Anyway, the British infantry are now bringing up, but they're in heavy cover. These guys are not, so they will win this fight, especially with their Bren machine guns. Again, they got 1 or 2. Oh, they got 2. Yeah, they're packing a lot of punches. A better heavy cover would have been a good defense spot, not out in the middle of nowhere. Meanwhile, again, infantry got easily pushed back. Ostwind took a little bit of damage from the AT gun, though I think it's just because it was literally just ran up there. But overall, did push the infantry back, and right now, even though the sniper retreated, he still has infantry over here, so he can't advance. But the German player, Flareman, could flank around. Now, the Soviet player is getting an Su-76, so I guess his idea is to maybe bring artillery up to the field and maybe try to take him out. Definitely not save up for armor, I'll say that. So he's definitely not trying to rush for like an IS-2, and I don't think he could in this scenario without some major detriments. Anyway, Vickers machine gun, which surprised that the German player has that. Was it in mid? It might have been the one in mid that he flanked with Panzerfusiliers's. But whatever the case may be, the Brit has maybe not been in the best state, but you know, he's still holding his own pretty well. And French Guard still has a ton of manpower, which I'm assuming he's saving up for a forward logistics officer, which you could deploy back here, have a heal point, plus then get a lot of... Yep, here it comes. It's actually being deployed over here, which is maybe a better position than up here. But yeah, he'll be able to use it as a forward retreat point, allow access to... have access to commandos and close range units along with the airland officer. Just overall really good unit to deploy. So there you go. Plus, of course, you get medics. So you can actually have a medic guy just go out and heal. S-76 on standby. Again, snipers moving up. 23 kills? Yes, 23 kills. I'm apparently blind. I cannot see that little number all the way down there. In any case, it's going to just start picking off guys. Though the MG might open fire and wear it down, so that might be an issue. MG and, of course, the Vickers all opening fire. So we got the MG-34 backed by Vickers. Not, again, amazing support, but it is something. It is another MG that will cause suppression. Awesome one coming over because he's like, there's no AT on this side. I'm going over here. And yeah, that was a good move because very quickly this AT gun's going to have to move up. Otherwise, all this infantry will die. Or Su-76 can move up. That's fine, but the MG is still dead. Infantry is on full retreat. Airland officer's like, I didn't sign up for this. I need commandos to fight this close range stuff. Ostwind pulling back from the S-276. Again, it took a hit or two, but it's fine. As long as it doesn't stay there, it's totally good to be in that fight, even for a bit of time. Although, Panzerfusilier's coming in, being like, excuse me, what did you just do to our Ostwind friend? What did you just do? Oh my god, Panzer Shreks are coming in too. Run, Su-76, run! Mortar pit now in the crosshairs of the German forces, although shock troops might stop them. S-76, for whatever reason, oh, I guess it's just pulled back. Although Oswin's now helping kill the infantry, which is not good. Especially being in negative cover. Because, yeah, the shock troops will die. They absolutely will die. Mass amount of AT opening fire on the S-76. Very lucky he didn't do more damage. But, oh, now it's new artillery. No models dead. So, yet. No models dead, but a lot of health. Panzer IV rushing on in. Cromwell rushing in the other way. Oh god, this is bad. Mass Panzer Shrek immediately kills the Cromwell. Oh my god. That Cromwell died faster than Slipknot in Suicide Squad. It's like, hey guys, I'm in the movie. Bye. I don't mind doing a spoiler for that movie because for two reasons. The movie is called Suicide Squad. And the second reason is simply the fact that it's a terrible movie. So I don't mind spoiling terrible movies. Now, if it's a terribly bad, if it's so bad it's good movie, I will not spoil it. I will not spoil to you the amazingness that happens in the room because again, it's a so bad it's good movie. Or was it Miami? Is it? Hold on. Is it? Oh, Samurai Cop. That's another one. Or The Fanatic, which was a recent one. That oh god, what is it called? There's a Stephen King movie, Sleepwalkers. Highly recommend watch Sleepwalkers. Don't look up anything about it. Just crack open, get some good drinks, sit down with friends. It's Halloween, or at least coming up. So absolutely, just relax and enjoy a movie that has Mark Hamill, Ron Perlman, and Stephen King himself, along with many other actors and actresses in it from all sorts of things. For example, the parents from Ferris Bueller's Day Off play parents in the movie. And no, it's not a spoof. They literally play like this mom and dad in that movie, like Ferris Bueller's movie. Just the movie is a bit different than that for Stephen King reasons. But if you want some good enjoyment, I highly recommend it. Any case, Grenadiers opening fire on some shock troops. Again, suppressed, so yeah, they're gonna do work. Good positioning, get the hell away from that mortar. Snipers still roaming around with 26 kills. British coming back in. Luckily, they have a bit more. I mean, the AT's over here. They're in heavy cover. So yeah, they'll be able to do some work against those pioneers and hopefully take back mid because they kind of need it. The Wehrmacht player keeps decapping this one, and for the most part, the Axis are holding on to this one. So right now, as you can see via victory points, Allies need some work. Allies need to come back a little bit more if they want to win this. But we'll see if they do. We'll see if they can make it. Anyway, luckily, a 76 opening fire on the MG, about to kill it. If a lucky, oh my god, he's not retreating and he's just redeploying. Luckily, the S-76 is able to kill that stupidity. Oh my god, British forces trying to shred the Sturms, and they're doing a damn good job, but MG moves up. Trying to open fire. I love this for Kenworthy just trying to shoot this stuff, although it's not necessarily a bad idea to have it fire. Yes, it's going to have a negligible effect against the infantry and probably won't even kill a single model, but it will hurt and or destroy the cover around it, which could reduce their cover dramatically. Oh my god. Kill it. There we go. Good kill. Good kill. So it could remove someone from heavy cover to no cover, which is, like, again, very good. G43 rifles might be able to kill another squad. Oh, nope. They're going to focus on the AT gun and the Royal Engineers and everything else. I Worship Cats has yet to deploy armor. That is the scary part. And honestly, he has the base, so he can deploy a Tiger, and I suspect he will deploy a Tiger very shortly. I will say this. I should rectify. I was wrong. Many weeks, early September, when I first heard about this patch, I thought that there would be a lot more heavy tanks. I don't know what they did, but at least I can say I've not seen like a Tiger Ace swarm like I thought there would be. Luckily, the victory points don't increase fast enough for that to happen. At least 20 minutes, 22 minutes, that's fine for a heavy tank, especially if you're rushing for it, and he is. And honestly, if he wanted to, I Worship Cats could easily deploy a Panzer IV at this point and still have enough for a Tiger. Like, that's, he should be deploying more armor if to actually get that out sooner. So maybe if you're really focusing on it, you could probably get it sooner, but I've not seen like this huge swarm of Tiger Aces and other units that, let's say, happened when they first released these commanders. Oh god, remember the, was it 13-minute Tiger Ace and stuff like that? Oh god. Any case, German forces lying in wait. We have an Ostwind and again the Panzer IV just chilling on this hill with the sniper trying to pop shots at the Pioneer squad. I'm sorry, Engineer squad, not Pioneer. Up, fire the incendiary round. Aw, damn it, you could have suppressed both those models. Now we're gonna retreat. Sniper taking hits, but the Ostwind is stopping its retreat. Luckily, it does manage to get the hell out of there. Multiple AT guns with the AT, SU-76, and SU-85 all opening fire on the Panzer IV and whatnot, holding the line pretty damn well. We got G43. Again, these guys are really good pushing back the Brits. I think the Brits will win if they're in cover, but I think what's going on is just because of actually the amount of forces the German player has and the like MGs and whatnot. They can't get close enough to really do that. So that's an issue. Luckily, again, not too far off from their front line. They have to retreat, though. A Stuka could come in and really do damage. Like I said, he has enough for another Tiger now. I Worship Cats. I really, really think you should have gotten additional armor out sooner. Like, oh god, he's pushing left. Not a terrible idea, just maybe not the best. Also, I would have gone not with the MG, but with the artillery call-in to do damage against these guys. Immediately bringing in units. Again, I think he's realized his mistake. That's why he's about to drop smoke. Although he brought it in from the wrong direction. So Tiger Tank is going to fall back. Infantry is going to rush on in, try to take that point. Shock Troops, though, going to try to guard as much as possible. British infantry and defenses, again, unfortunately, maybe not as much as the Soviet. At least I think in terms of AT capabilities, but still holding his own quite well. Although he's recapturing this point, he'll need to. And at least with the Centaur, again, take something from the Ostwind. He's like, I'll just murder your infantry. And you know what? That's actually working out quite well. That's working out quite well for him. Meanwhile, again, Soviets just barely clinging on to this area. Luckily, they have enough tank destroyers and whatnot holding them off. The problem is infantry on the front line, because Grenadiers are just walking straight up on these guys, and there's not much stopping them. You have the Engineer squad that's using a flamethrower, and sure, the mortar, but like a good rifle grenade and some good defense, and you're fine. Panzerwerfer, this guy has 3 armored units on the field right now. There goes the mortar. So, never mind, just use Panzerwerfer. Sniper might be able to kill the Engineer squad. Aw, damn, no. Flamethrower's coming in. Oh, nope. Doesn't do enough damage. Up. Okay, he just retreats. Up. Okay, maybe he saw the conscripts. But, yeah, the Centaur's over here just clearing stuff, and the infantry now should be able to move in. I think they just needed that support to really help them out. We have smoke coming in, which is coming in over here. I'm unsure about that. Why? AT forces coming in, although I think he needs the AT. I'm sorry, anti-infantry ones more to fight this stuff. The Panzerstrike ones won't stand a chance against the infantry with Brenz. Resource-wise, it's siding with the Axis right now, and I think that's more likely. Well, yeah, I think it's just because of caches and whatnot, because it is close. But again, we can see here there's a cache over here, cache over here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. So the main reason I was like, why? No, that doesn't make sense. It's because the Germans technically have a ally resource. If the allies, again, it's split pretty evenly, but I think this resource is supposed to be like, one of them is supposed to go to the other side, but that's not happening right now. I would assume it's this one that's supposed to be under their control, but they don't have it. So because of that, because they don't have it, the resources are going to the Germans, which is giving them that lead right now, munitions and fuel. Okay, that's good to see. Panzerwerfer coming in, destroying some cover and suppressing them. A little bit of damage to the S-76, but not all that much. It seems like, I don't know what the German player's doing. He has a lot of Panzer IVs. I've seen that a lot more lately. where you get a ton of Panzer IVs to hurt infantry and rush armor. But he has a lot of tank destroyers, so I'm unsure if that's going to actually work. Plus conscripts for, like, suppressing. MG's not facing all the way around, so conscripts are trying to flank. Stern Pioneers, though, are right there, so they may have to watch out. Sorry, 85 coming in. Looks like French Guard's trying to hold his line as best he can. Again, S285 coming in to try to help out against the armor. Where's that Tiger? It's just chilling over here. He could push on this guy right now, but he's just sitting. It's like, come on, man, help out. Although he is bringing up his AT infantry. And unfortunately, like the Cromwell, this SU-85 might not last for too much longer if he decides to just stick around by the Panzerschreck groups, which actually I think he's going to die. I think he's going to lose it. Oh, wait. Miss. Oh, damn it. SU-85 bites it from this troop. Those shock troops, very close to dying, actually managed to live. Panzer IV did die from the AT and the SU-76, which, by the way, Vet 3, very nice to see. Osman opened fire on the shock troops. Tigers come into mid to allow them to hold it. Again, I think a Panzer Commander would have been a lot better, so you can call him like a strike over here and kill that stuff, or maybe a strike over here. SU-70, oh my god. S-76 is flying a Tiger. You can do it, SU-76, I believe in more than just the B4. I believe you got this. Tiger's going in. He's trying desperately to kill it. This is where a Panzer Commander ability would have been great to call down artillery on that AT gun. Kill it. Smoke's being called down. I'm assuming it's going to block him. Oh, Stuka Bomb's being called in right here. Manages to kill the AT gun. Oswin coming on in. Again, MG took some damage from it and the strike. Tiger's still there, causing damage. Again, it's moving, so it's less likely to hit, but once it stops moving and it's able to aim its weapon, it can do a lot of damage, like, especially because they're all grouped up. We have some strike over here. I'm assuming it's strafing support. Yep, here they come. Missiles coming in. Tiger tank barely managed to get the hell out of there. Again, but the Ostwind is, like, right by it, so I'm assuming it should be able to shoot down those planes pretty effectively and quite easily. Or the planes will keep circling, even with the Ostwind and the MG-42s opening fire on it. Sure, why not? Oh, there they go. Went right into that. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm actually surprised that cash didn't take more damage. Luckily, I mean, even though they did lose the fuel again, at least they're putting down caches. I'll give them credit there. The German players, I think, only have one cache. So the Allies are putting down a few more, but they did take the right VP point still. I think they're about to take the middle VP point unless something happens. And the left VP point's being contested. So the problem right now is the Allies are trailing by almost half the VP points that the Axis have. So again, they need to start putting more pressure and hold on to those points. Luckily, they got an IS-2. So again, he's like, no more Su-85s, no more AT guns. I'm just getting a big, heavy tank to fight those Panzer IVs and that Ostwind. Again, one of the Panzer IVs did die, but again, the fact he has a heavy tank means the Panzer IVs, if he does spam more of them, are pretty much useless. Actually, a lot of what this Wehrmacht player has would be useless against this because he doesn't have anything for heavier armor. So he didn't scale, well, unless you get a Panzer IV Swarm to, like, overwhelm the IS-2, which he doesn't have, unless he gets really lucky with a bombing strike and a bunch of other things, that IS-2 is going to reign supreme. But I could say the same thing about the Tiger. Tiger could do a lot of damage over here. There isn't exactly a big heavy tank or anything stopping him on the British side. I'm actually surprised and curious what French Guards is going to do. Flare-Band's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you say I can't fight an IS-2? Well, let me get a goddamn elephant and drop the mic in front of you. Well, I'm sorry there, good sir. I'm sorry for doubting you. Brings up the elephant. That's enough to crack an IS-2 wide open, so we'll see if he can use it effectively or it gets blown up. Meanwhile, Tiger tank still chilling on right, so I guess he could as well support the elephant and try to do a big charge, but I'm assuming what he's trying to do is keep this around to help guard these points. At least that's what I would do. He does have a lot, again, a ton of infantry. I Worship Cats, you cannot deny, has a great frontline base. He has Stern Pioneers for healing. He has Panzer Fusiliers, both for infantry and armor. He is set. I think maybe what he needs right now is additional armor. I think a Panther would do wonders for him. Maybe not necessarily in terms of engaging infantry, but I think where that would work is helping combat armor that's like more, like again, like hunting down armor, where the this thing could more be better at fighting infantry. But we'll see what happens. Centaur pulling back, but AT guns there. Again, he'll fire a couple shots, but Tiger Tank, I honestly doesn't need to worry too much. We got flares overhead, most likely from, yeah. Oh wait, Crocodile's been deployed, so now he has his own big heavy tank, which once again, Tiger would be fine against. I think that in a Panther would be better at combating it. I think there might be a bit too much frontline infantry over here. I think he has way too much. Because, I mean, like, wrong, he will overwhelm the Brit, but the Brit did just get a tank that specialized in killing infantry. So we'll see. Elephant pulling on back, shock troops having a field day over here. Sniper trying to get the hell out of there, dodging the grenade. We have artillery being called in, trying to guard the point. Nice idea. They need to stop this infantry, but alas, these Pencil Sleeves are just overwhelming that Brit. Luckily, the Crocodile comes in, just gonna burn him out. He's gonna try to walk away, but I don't think that's gonna work. I think the flamethrower might kill him if he stayed there for too long. He might actually try to kill him now. He's on fire. He's on fire, but don't worry, he put himself out while running. This troop will probably die, though. There's too much fire, and he's too close. I think he's a goner. Now, he's on fire, too. He did not put himself out by just running. He tried to do the tactic of stop, dropping, and rolling, but unfortunately, you do that in Co, you die. So, yeah. I guess in Co logic, if you're on fire, just keep running. You'll put yourself out. If you drop to the ground to, you know, try to put it out that way, you're definitely a goner. Elephant opening fire on the IS-2. Verkenwerfer being overwhelmed by shock troops. Tiger Tank going into mid, dropping down smoke to help them get mid. Again, they have a lot of AT, but that Crocodile can take a hell of a lot of hits and do a lot of damage. I'm like, look at that. Those Panzer Strikes did almost nothing to the Crocodile, but the Crocodile is easily murdering them. And alas, I Worship Cats, I think, would be a better position if he didn't just use so much manpower on those Obersoldaten. So him getting those Panzerfusiliers back is going to be a lot of manpower, where I think a Panther would be better to fight this stuff. I truly do. Yep. Although, again, look, I'll tip my hat. If he's going to lose Panzerfusiliers and have only Obersoldaten, I mean, Obersoldaten is a good thing to have because they will shred British infantry quite well, especially with SUG-44s. Once again, the Crocodile comes into the picture, and without armor support, you're going to have issues. Now, luckily, he's going to retreat that before it takes too much damage. Shock troops, though, coming in, and again, unfortunately, kill the Grenadier Squad. MG having a rough time. No frontline infantry, though, for Flare Man. He's going to have to use that Panzer IV to hold him back, but again, the AT gun, S-76, IS-2, you name it, it's all there. And again, I think he's going to lose it because he just charged them forward. I think coming over here and just playing coy behind the buildings would have been better. Again, smoke coming, I'm sorry, recon going out, which, how far can you see with that elephant? You can see pretty damn far with it, okay. Oh, no, it's recon. Moves out of the way, but walks right into a Pioneer squad, which might get a kill on it, if he's lucky. Or, because it's so low attack power, it won't. Oh, no, it did. Okay, very lucky with it. Oh, no, he gave the Pioneer Squad MG482. I'm very confused by that. T-34 on the field now. Johnny might try to go in for a ram. Maybe try to circle it. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. Elephant coming back up. We have a Panther now. More Panzerfusiliers. Again, a lot of manpower and fuel for I Worship Cat. So he's doing pretty well. Allies, again, maybe not as much, but they still have a decent amount of resources. Maybe not for Churchill, but if the Centaur dies, they could get a new one. He's trying to hold on to this point, but I think that, remember, that's a light gammon bomb he's throwing. It's not like a light grenade. It's a lot more potent. Also not moving on in, but the Crocodile's right there. You're going to need to move up your armor. Meanwhile, again, shock troops just rolling on in. He's having a tough time fighting them. If I was him, I would get Panzer Grenadiers, so at least in cover, they can somewhat hold against shock troops. They're not the best, but you get two squads, you can hold off a shock troop squad. Not upgraded with Panzer Strikes. You upgrade with Panzer Strikes, not as effective. Now, this is a big charge, and like I said, a lot of armor pushing forward. He does have AT that he could try to stop these guys, like throwing AT grenades and whatnot. I think he threw it a little early. It didn't pin him. Smoke's coming down to help him retreat, although the Soviet player's now rolling on in. Tiger Tank and Panther pulling back. IS-2 and T-34 going in. Might try to ram. He's trying to ram! Oh! Damn, he killed it right before ramming, but the body of it still hit him. And decrewed the vehicle. Again, he's still charging, but like I said, if the elephant, where's the elephant? Is the elephant, where the hell? Elephant's just chilling over here. The tiger's like, hey man, I'm in a pitched battle over here. Can you help? I'm vet 2. I really need your support. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna guard my side. The Soviet armor's over here. Meanwhile, the OKW player's like, no, they're over by me. I'm gonna need some help. But anyway. Elephant gonna move? Nope. Oh my god. He's like, no, you got this. You're fine. God. I feel like it's like, oh my god. Just to put in perspective, I highly recommend World War II, the week by week series by Time Ghost. Really, really interesting. But I love, because as they went over this week a bunch of small stuff happening all over the place, like political intrigue and battles going on within the British Empire, or sorry, pretty much about like their air force and how that was ever changing. So that's cool. But one thing I really, really found funny was the fact Mussolini preparing for war against Greece, but they're doing it despite Germany because they're moving troops into Romania without their approval. He's like, I won't tell Germany about this because they didn't tell me about Romania. It's like, okay, man, man, and I'm sorry, what are you doing? You're moving 30 divisions in Albania in the span of 2 weeks. I can see how this is not going to go in your favor. I can see how you're literally gonna slip on that banana peel, but oh boy. Again, one of my favorite parts of World War II, in terms of like looking at like historically and watching like battles and everything take place, is just the Italian cluster of fuck that happened in Albania. That, like, the Greeks holding the line. That entire like situation in there, it's just great. Because again, it highlights that even, I mean, again, incompetent military, no matter how big your country is, and again, that's shown multiple times, but a small nation can hold off, like the Finland's holding against the Soviet Union for a time. It's showing the underdog. But in any case, IS-2 going for the elephant whilst doing that hold debate, and yeah, the elephant with no support is definitely going to lose that thing, so it needs to retreat. IS-2 giving up the chase, but the entire left side is pretty much not, oh, I won't say broken, but it's open. New T-34 moving to the front. Yeah. No, he's going to need more men. I would say Panzer Grenadiers, really something else, but he doesn't have a lot of manpower. He has a good army size, but not a lot of manpower. I Worship Cat's doing great. He's near PopCap. Hot damn. He doesn't have enough to refill his troops. Meanwhile, a good flank coming in from the back left. I'm assuming he's trying to kill this base. Meanwhile, again, this new Centaur has been deployed. Churchill trying to stop the infantry swarm, but oh my god, that's a swarm. Yeah, oh my god, here come the Soviets. That's a hell of a battle going on. T-34 immediately dying. Panther and Tiger, though, still fighting even with all that AT right there. Although I love how the AT crew over here with the armor, where I think they should have been over here by the infantry, because I think most of the infantry just ended up dying in that massive battle with the Churchill. Just easily annihilating most of them. Tiger Tank having issues because, well, its engine's gone, but did kill their engineer squads. That's a plus. Frontline base has been knocked out. A lot of the infantry did die, so they will have to fall back. A plane trying to come in, but immediately being shot down, almost into the Allied base, which would have been hilarious. British artillery being called in. Churchill and Centaur pretty much unscathed, but the British forces did take some heavy casualties. Not as many, per se, as the Germans, who lost a third of their army. Oh my god, I'm looking at that infantry. Dude, you were at PopCap. Oh my god. I'm so glad I saw that and mentioned that. Within 30 seconds, you lost a third of your army. I take that back. You're about to lose a lot more than a third if that thing dies. A lot more than a third. If he loses that, he's gonna have a third. Oh, good shot, killing the infantry. But, yeah. There goes Lawman, and he'll have enough to get a new Tiger, but not refill his manpower losses. Jesus Christ, that's an F. That's an F for that army. Panther coming. Where were you? Jesus Christ. Panther comes in at the last second. It's like, hey, dude, they needed you a lot earlier to help out. I have no idea what the hell you were doing. No idea. Yeah, but anyway, that oh god, Crocodile has 31 kills, by the way. That sniper, by the way, died on the Vermont side. That sucks. But yeah, I Worship Cats is managing just barely, no joke, to just get over half his army up and running when he had a full population. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, now they're losing the VP points pretty drastically. Again, technically they're still being the Allies, but Allies just had some serious losses against the Germans by a huge margin. That's an F right there. Oh wow, they placed a demo by the dude. Who would get in that building? I'm being honest. It's a sliver of health. If you see that building, you're like, nope. Nope. It's like if you walk in front of the house in front of like the house, the old decrepit house that it lives in. Who would see that house and be like, I want to go in there? That seems like a nice place to go hang out. It's like, no, it's a scary house. It looks horrifying. You want to stay the hell away from it. Again, more Halloween stuff. But still, it's like, stay the hell away from it. Yeah, that doesn't look appealing at all with that sliver of health. It's like, nope. But meanwhile, the Germans, I'm assuming at this point, are cooperating. But Worship Cats lost pretty much his entire infantry fighting force, so I don't know how big this is or how much damage this will actually do. Look, if they all fire at the Su-85, it's dead. But the problem is they don't have much to stop, like, say, the shock troops. Or, you know, the British if they come around the flank, which also... French guards, I will... Oh, there goes the plane. Oh, there goes that plane. The plane killed the plane. Very interesting. But, okay, I can see him Cromwell using speed to overwhelm the Panther. Like, while they're in a battle, try to sweep around the Panther and the Tiger. Elephant advancing, I guess, against the IS-2 or something. Panther as well here. This is a last-ditch Axis push. They could do a lot of damage. They could absolutely do so. But we'll see. Strafe, Panzerwerfer coming in. Oh, this could kill. It doesn't kill any squads. Armor's trying to wipe them out. Panther going so far out of range, the Elephant can't even hit them. Demo hits. Oh my god. The demo actually was useful. It almost killed the Panther. IS-2 did. Nothing guarding the left flank. Elephant's pretty much out of position. Jeez, you have less armor and you're charging. Why the hell are you doing that? Meanwhile, again, Tiger and Panther advancing. Luckily, not enough damage for, suppressed, but also, I'm surprised you didn't get the Panzer Commander for artillery, once again. Enough AT, just lighting everything up. Elephant not doing enough to help cover the Panther. This Tiger's pretty much a goner at this point. Cromwell is getting stuck in it, so that way he can't retreat. It could use its speed to overwhelm it. It looks like it will do that. Cromwell tried to outrun the Tiger. We'll see if it's able to do. Oh, they got her. They got a shot in the rear. Panzer Headquarters trying to help, but it's not enough. And Cromwell kills the Tiger. And that is pretty much all of I Worship Cats' army. And Elephant misses the shot. Good job, Elephant. You're doing such a good job over here. And he left. I'm done. I'm through. I can't deal with this anymore. Yeah, I'm gone. But yeah, that's game. So thank you. By the way, I just for clarification, I believe again Johnny has supported me and supported me for my channel. But the person who is actually the person who submitted this replay is French Guards. But I know him, for those who are unaware, because French Guards is another, well, used to be, long time ago, used to be another KOTU commentator. So, always glad to see him, and he recommended this, and I was like, awesome, awesome. So yeah, you're probably like, okay, he submitted it, but it's like, wait, what? in case you had no idea who this guy was. Highly recommend you check out his videos at Call of Duty Man. He still has some awesome replays on there you can go check out that are really, really good. Meanwhile, we have I Worship Cats with more damage, although Flare Man got more kills. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to say your sniper had a good chunk of that, right? Your sniper? I don't... maybe your Flak Panzer did as well. Let's see who did more damage. 3,000. Sniper did 2. Okay. He did get 35 kills with that. Did have a really high efficiency, so I'll say he did pretty well. Grenadiers, again, equally high efficiency. Flak Panzer did not as much damage. Okay, there we go. Meanwhile, I Worship Cats. Again, yeah, your Panzer Fusiliers by far were incredible. Like, you did really well with that. Your infantry game was solid until you walked straight into a crocodile. You literally walked into the crocodile's mouth and decided, you know what, I'm not going to move. And it woke up and was like, oh, food. Because you lost all your infantry by it. All of your infantry died to that crocodile. So that was a good play by French guards to deploy that. Overall, the Allies were doing fine. I think the Soviet as well, again, he had a lot of AT, but it did not matter. He did lose a lot of it. The IS-2 was a good counter to a lot of Flare Man's medium armor. And alas, even with getting better stuff like the Panther and the Elephant, it still was not enough and not good enough to honestly hold back the IS-2. Like, it was doing pretty damn well. Also, really good demo. I thought you were joking with that. But the fact the Panther walked over it is just top tier. It is just golden. It is priceless. So it is just perfect. So yeah, that was a good way to end it there. The Elephant doing no real good support is hilarious again, and then I Worship Cats losing his entire army was just amazing. So when they actually needed to play well, goddamn, they played well. But I will give credit there because it is due, though I will say the Germans were winning that easily for a good chunk of that. AT gun did quite well, 15,000 damage over the course of the game. So really good job on defense. Wait, yeah, with that AT gun. And same thing, the 6-pounder. Again, they were just chilling. But they were Vet 3. And Crocodile, again, a lot of flame kills. Lots of planes shot down as well, which is pretty good. But, yeah, little things like, again, I think the Panzer Commander would have been way better than the MG, because then you could have called it in on, like, all the infantry and the armor, and you would have artillery strike that stuff and maybe even kill it. Moving your infantry, like, I think having some of the infantry over here with AT and some of the infantry over here with anti-infantry would have been a lot better. That way you could have hit the armor from multiple directions instead of just one. But yeah, just some small gripes, I would say. But I mean, they did cost you the game, so maybe it's fair to criticize that. But who knows? I also suck at Co, as you've seen on streams. If you watch me on Twitch, highly recommend you do so. Yeah, so again, I will point this stuff out, but just to take for clarification, I may point out flaws in a game, but that doesn't necessarily mean every person's perfect. I'm just pointing out stuff that could have been done better or plays being enacted. That doesn't mean that necessarily they could have been done or in that mindset they should have been done. Because again, I make dumb mistakes all the time, but that's just because I was thinking about something else. But that's on me admitting that and trying to get better. And me watching this game being like, yeah, I think the brick could have had more AT and been better early on. But overall, when needed, against the big final battle, French guards and Johnny pulled it out in the end. So good job to both of them. And I Worship Cats, maybe just surrender, don't run away. But Flare Man did pretty good as well. So good job there. Good job to everyone. Thanks for watching. And again, if you want me to go over your replay, send to greyshotproductions@gmail.com, and I will gladly take a look at it. Maybe even feature it on this channel. But this has been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before you go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G, Josh, Mustaach, Milam, Ace, Aldo Lopez, Chris Bailey, Folkvard, jrchicklis, Ali, Pyroshark, Rifle, Streakingwookie, GTA, Jakub Ocwieja, and Spartycus, with the remaining Patreons down below as well. And thank you so very much to each and every one of you for your amazing support. So it's been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see you guys next time.